Ah, yes, there's the Buff Daddy Nerf. Do you know why they call him the Buff Daddy? Sucker's ripped. I saw him sit down and eat like 10 or 11 Lunchables and then bench press Clowny at End War. And as per usual, the rest of the chat is just kind of cancer. Oh, never change, YouTube comment section, never change. That's right, Buff Daddy, you are in no position to complain. Alright, let's get this train wreck rolling. There we go. Hey, I'm starting to actually figure things out. Welcome to the Saturday Night Stream Thing, the live stream of NERF that happens every Saturday night starting at 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Actually, I heard that's not a thing you're supposed to say anymore. With me! And sometimes other people, but this time just me. Because I'm here. I am here, sneaking in through the back door. How is everybody doing? And in before all the people think, hey, welcome! It's Sunday the 14th, or Sunday at 4 a.m. where I live. Because I don't know how time zones work. I should stop arguing with my imaginary audience. Oh god, we have so much stuff to talk about, and I have some stuff to show off. It's gonna be great. Oh, I'm kind of excited for this one. NGL. Pretty excited. Oh, I should turn on my lights that blind me. The weird part is when these lights, I'll be sitting here some days, and these lights will just randomly turn on by themselves, and that bothers the crap out of me. Huzzah! Now you can see my pasty white face. Alright. Grant KP asks, how's NERF Mega XL? I think it's actually pretty rad, to be honest. I can't wait to find something. I actually gave a dart to Jose because he's good at finding things that fit into things doing other things. And I wanted him to find like a good breech barrel material for Mega XL. So far he found that it fits in Centurion barrel, but of course those aren't like sealed. They have like the ribs and stuff on them. So who knows? Oh. When is the Mark III coming out, asks Jobo. Comes out on the 1st of October, apparently. So, you got like a whole maybe week to save up your pennies. My question is how long XL will last. I am the medic. That's the question of the day, and with Hasbro, you never know. I wouldn't say glorious Sam, but thank you. Do you think that dart target shooting would ever become major if darts were more accurate? I think that's half the fun of darts, to be perfectly honest. Like, half the fun of the entire hobby is the fact that we work so hard to keep darts stable in flight to hit what we're aiming at. It's kind of awesome. Like, so I have like an airsoft bolt action rifle. It's like 300 FPS, 300 something FPS with like 38 gram BBs. And that thing hits pretty much the same point every single time. It's almost boring. Yet, with a Nerf blaster, if I get a dart to hit, like, right next to where I shot the last one, I'm excited. And that's the flaws of the ammo and how hard we work with that ammo is kind of what makes this entire hobby so interesting to me. Plus, you know, you're firing a big old dart downrange. It's pretty satisfying. So many people asking about the Mark III. There is no Mark III in this stream. I was told not to show it off, so... I know that's going to cause the viewerships to go down, and for those people, you didn't deserve me at my best anyway, so... I know you weren't that excited for it originally, but your gushing over blasters is what makes your channel the greatest. Well then, stay tuned, Carnage. Thank you very much for the $5 super chat, by the way, but yes, stay tuned. That's all I can say. Stay tuned. Wait, no, the viewers went up? No, that's not how it's supposed to... Oh, okay, never mind. It shrunk back down again. I'm so sorry, everyone, but it's not like I don't have cool things to show off. I almost have so many cool things to talk about and show off that I don't know what to actually talk about. Oh, I literally lost like 100 people. That's hilarious. Alrighty. Well, let's start with the fun things then. We actually have some breaking news that I've kind of been covering, and it's been a wild ride because people are pretty divided over this topic, a lot more than I thought they would be, but we should really talk about it because apparently NERF Limited means literally nothing. And this is something that should be really talked about because Hasbro's screwing this up in pretty much every single way they can. If you were not aware, as we go to, do I have this one? Does this one work? Hey, there we go. Hey, look at that. We got it. NERF announced, maybe I can swap this to a better picture really quick, that they're doing a normal, they didn't announce this actually, this was leaked on like Canadian GameStop, you know, where all good hard-hitting news and journalism comes from, via Buff Daddy Nerf, blasterhub.com. They are the ones who found this out, and they found that NERF is doing a normal, this is an assumption, but let's face it, it's a normal release of the NERF Star Wars Mandalorian Amban Phase Pulse Rifle Blaster, whatever you want to call it. So, if you did not get a pre-order, which interesting to note, I went to go check my pre-order about 5-10 minutes ago. You can pre-order it still on Amazon. Why the hell did I pre-order it, Hasbro? Regardless, you can now get one. There are differences, and we will talk about them, and it's going to be up to the chat to decide if these differences actually matter. Now, I'm gonna like cut this off right now, and if you think otherwise, I'd love to have this discussion with you, but a lot of people were calling me hypocritical because I was talking about how cool it would be if like NERF like released the Halo MA40 and then released a different Halo MA40 on their website that had all the features that the MA40 should have for hundreds of dollars more. And this is totally true. The difference is what happened here is that they released or announced the NERF limited version first, which got us all excited because we were like, holy crap, NERF is doing limited releases of blasters you can't get anywhere else, and they have all the features and everything like that. Yeah, we have to pre-order it. Holy crap. We got like a month to pre-order it or whatever. Not true, obviously, because now pre-orders are back up, but so excited! Oh my god, I did a video that got like 160,000 views, or maybe more, I don't even know, but, you know, we were pretty hyped. Not only were we getting something that's cool that people wanted, but we're getting something cool that people wanted that also was a limited thing. So if you didn't pre-order it, man, you missed out. And then you pre-order it, which, you know, fair's fair. They haven't charged me yet. They haven't charged anybody yet, as far as I know, but I'm sure there's actually probably places out there you can pre-order that they will charge you pretty much at the exact time. But you pre-order it, and then the date comes when it's supposed to release, and they miss that. And then after they miss that, they announce like, hey, over a year later, they didn't announce it, but it's revealed that they're just gonna make a standard release. You can find this on the shelves at your local KB Toys. And it's the same blaster in almost every single way. Now, Buff Daddy found out that this thing costs a grand total of 85 Canadian dollar dues, which is like 70 USD, United States ducats, which is half the price, almost, of what the limited release costs. So, what exactly are the differences, because there are, in fact, some differences, which is why we go to the back of the box. If I had multiple things ready for this, but I can do it on the fly, boom, just like that. Not that you could probably see, because you're probably watching this on your cell phone or mom's iPad or something like that, but this thing doesn't have lights and sounds, and has less decals, and less paint. So, yeah. Are lights and sounds and more paint worth, I don't know, double price? Because I'll tell you right up front, I don't think so, Tim. I really don't. There's no way in my mind that this blaster is worth, like this just devalues their own product, in my opinion. Like, would you rationally buy... on like any, we could talk to this from like several angles, but would you rationally buy the Ambin Phase Pulse rifle, whatever, blaster, when you could buy one that costs half as much? It's the same blaster, fires the same dart, it's literally the same plastic shell with stuff taken out of it that was all cosmetic. I'm not saying lights and sounds are bad. I'm saying lights and sounds aren't worth $80, and paint, and decals. In fact, give me a water slide decal sheet. I'll make it myself, Hasbro. Costs you pennies. Throw in water slide decals of, you know, Grogu and just put it in there. I'll put them on my blaster. I'll do whatever I want. I'll customize my own blaster. That's a thought. I mean, if you're already going to basically release a thing that's for adults anyway, and people were gonna buy the Mandalorian rifle, because let's face it, they were gonna buy it for cosplay, and to be perfectly honest, the one that's a limited release isn't really screen accurate at all. It's kinda screen accurate, it's a little close, but it's not the same thing. And if I'm a cosplayer, which I'm not, I'll point that out, and if you're a cosplayer, please sound off in the chat, I'm not really gonna, you know, want to repaint that, because I spent so much money for the painted version, now there's an unpainted version. And in the grand scheme of things, I feel fleeced, even though I haven't paid money yet. And the reason for that is, I wouldn't have gotten excited for the limited release if I knew this one was already there. It's the same blaster. So, where does this start to get good? We do have one more picture I can change over before we get to actual discussion. Here's the blaster itself in all of its orange glory, which I'm not gonna lie, I almost think that's better, but that's definitely my opinion. What does this mean for all NERF limited releases coming up? For example, I would make the argument, I feel in my heart, that the Aliens Pulse Rifle, the M41A or 41 or what, I can't remember the designation off the top of my head because I keep thinking of the AR from Counter-Strike, but the Pulse Rifle is a NERF limited release. It has lights, sounds, ammo counter, full auto otherwise, and costs like, I don't know, 120, 130 ducats, maybe 150, I don't even remember. I did pre-order one. Some people pre-ordered like 8. That pre-order is supposed to shut off at the end of October and isn't supposed to ship until October 2022. Now, a lot of people are like, well, I'll probably buy one for modding because I want to cut mine up and do all sorts of weird things with it. And that's totally cool. But what if they announce a Alien Pulse Rifle standard release that doesn't have the lights and sounds, maybe still has the ammo counter, because I don't think you can get away with releasing an Aliens Pulse Rifle that doesn't have the ammo counter, but maybe we'll sacrifice that too. But it's the same shell, same undermounted rival or mega launcher, same everything. Maybe less paint for 50, 60 bucks. Let's throw an ammo counter in there and say it's 70, because it's literally the same thing that you would find in the NERF Chrono Barrel, and NERF could just add that in there. It's, you know, not very much wires or anything at all. Would that be okay? Because we all got excited for the other one, but we got excited because we thought it was the only one we were going to get. And at this point, I'm starting to feel like NERF Limited isn't limited. And in fact, I'm starting to think that NERF LMTD is NERF BS GG. came up with that on the fly. I hope it's as bad as I thought it was in my head when I said it. Because there's no mystique, there's no prestige, there's no FOMO, there's no nothing. It's literally the nothing of the Nerf or nothing. It is, you can get the same blaster in the same shell for cheaper off a store shelf, and that's your thing. And it's going to come at about the same time as you, if maybe even before. Wouldn't that suck if you got like the one that's on the screen, if that came out before the limited release? And, you know, it's a viable thing to be kind of like ticked off about that, I feel. Because why would I get excited for this or any of the blaster? Why would I buy a Nerf limited blaster unless I'm a huge die-hard fan when I know it's just going to get a release later? For all I know, they're going to like repaint that and release it as, I don't know, Optimus Prime's hot dog roaster. And it's the same blaster, but it's got Optimus Prime and like a cute little apron with a hat and like big bratwurst on the end of the rifle. And the darts are hot dogs. They could do that. It's Hasbro. Who knows? And yet, would I be probably way more excited for that than the Mandalorian one? Yes, obviously. I mean, if you're not, I don't know what to tell you, because I would be super stoked about that. But what does it mean? What does all this mean? I think there is definitely a big difference in Nerf releasing the Rapid Strike and then Nerf releasing the Rapid Strike XLS on their website. It's a Rapid Strike, basically the same firing mechanism, but it's got a built-in flashlight that's grip activated. It's got a scope on it that has a digital ammo counter readout, and it comes with like a 50-round drum. And the stock is completely different, still adjustable, and it's in a paint scheme of, I don't know, a My Little Pony. Who cares? And that would be fine. But if they announced the Rapid Strike XLS in all the things that I just mentioned, and they wanted $150 for that or whatever it costs, and then you buy that and you're so excited, you're like, I don't care about the My Little Pony stuff, I'm gonna paint it anyway, who cares? And then they release the Rapid Strike XLS without the lights and the paint job, but still kept the scope, and it's on Walmart's shelf for $60, $70, and this came out after you had already pre-ordered the first one. Granted, maybe you didn't even pay money for your pre-order yet. Would you not feel like, why not just start with that one? Like, why get me excited and then have me thinking about all the stuff I have to do when you're just gonna double dip anyway? Or, God help you, you're going to take the same shell that's supposed to be super limited and release it as a non-limited thing in a completely different way. All of this stuff is now on the table. And that, I think, is a huge mistake for Hasbro, and I feel like it completely obliterates any point of Nerf Limited. Granted, most of this is conjecture. Because for all we know, the Aliens Pulse Rifle is still 100%. You have to pre-order it by October and it's going away. It's never coming back. Or, for all we know, we're going to get that Alien Pulse Rifle and it's going to come out in 14 other cool colors, including screen-accurate movie replica version that you can buy at GameStop. And you're going to be like, well, why did I buy the Power Loader one then when I could have just bought the cool one from GameStop? And not feel burned about that? And also, maybe it's $30, $40 cheaper because it's GameStop and they're going out of business. I have no idea. But you can see why people might be frustrated about that. And then, of course, let's say I get my Nerf Mandalorian, ambient phase pulse blaster in. Let's say I get it like, it actually ships in December or January or God knows when next year. And I do a video. Do you think I'm going to feel good about my $130 blaster when I could have just bought the $60 one or $70 one? These are real questions, and I'm going to go to the chat to see what they say, because I think this is a problem. I think it's a huge problem, but let's find out. Trip Deckard, what is the ammo capacity? I have no idea what you're asking about. Like, of the Ambin Pulse Rifle, it is a breech-loading single-shot blaster. You may not care about that. I kind of care about that, because if it's any good whatsoever, has any mod potential, I'll be happy. Bishop Gantry, Hasbro doing Hasbro things. This is completely true. Linda Vaccaro, I would use that as an N-Force sword. That thing would probably fire like 5 feet. This is true, but I also have reason to believe that Hasbro would overtune the blaster a bit for that long barrel. But at the same time, they did not advertise the range, I believe, with the Mandalorian blaster. I didn't know there was even a video about it. I don't think I'd noticed the video at all when I did the original one, but when I was looking at the Amazon pre-order list, it had a video. Didn't really show anything new other than the fact that I thought, like, I don't know how it primed, and I guess I found out, but it's like that little ring in like at the base of the blaster. It's like a pump grip or something like that. You think you can brass it? Definitely. If it's a breach and it's a legit breach, I don't see why you couldn't. How is it primed? Where do you prime it? Grant KP asking the same thing. It is, in fact, like a little... I guess I have to switch back to the other one. You see that orange thing? The thing right in front of the Star Wars logo? That's the prime. You push it forward, apparently. That is how you prime the Ambin Phase Pulse Rifle. So, would it be worth it to mod mine to accept mags? Are you talking about the Mandalorian thing? No. 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 I mean, you can do whatever you want, but no. Why is that everybody's... You just want to stick bigger things where they don't belong. Duck 1. Limited offering a full option blaster with special cosmetics that Hasbro's offering for lesser option unit retail is perfectly legit, in my humble opinion. You're not wrong, but you know what they need to do? They need to announce the crap version before they announce the good version. Do you not see the problem with that? I'm not saying what they're doing is wrong. What I'm saying is the way they're doing it is absolutely dumb. And it ticks me off. Because it is clear bait and switch. Sounds like a weird reverse plunger. It could very well be, Garrett. I kind of doubt it because it needs to hit something. But could be. Basically what happens is you prime it and the breach opens up. And then you load a dart into it, which is like, that means it's like one of the first true breach blasters we've had in forever. Then you close it, and then you can fire it. What about the alien blaster? Again, it's cool. It's cool as heck. But I'd be super ticked if it's like, oh, I can't wait to do, like, paint it this color and replace the lights and sounds because I don't want those, or replace it with my own lights and sounds that are better. And I'm going to buy 3 of them so I can have 1 for the collectors, 1 to play with, and 1 to mod. And then you get all this. Like, let's say they did this. Honestly, let's think about this. Think of the timing, right? Think of the timing. Had that blaster come out at the beginning of September like it was supposed to, and then you found out September 25th that there was a cheaper version coming out, you wouldn't be pissed? I'd be pissed! I am pissed! Are you kidding me? Think about that. For real. Like, do you have an argument against that? Let's say you're for this entire movement. Do you agree with what's happening? Do you also agree the potential that maybe they delayed the blaster because they were planning to do this from the start? And they wanted to make sure they both came out at relatively the same time? Because they shut off pre-order. I can promise you they shut off pre-orders, because I checked when they had initially delayed it. That I couldn't pre-order. It said currently unavailable. I went to Amazon.com, which is where I pre-ordered it, and it was available for pre-order. Which I was thinking about canceling my current pre-order, because that's going to ship to my house in Centralia, which I'm going to have to tell my brother, hey, I need that, and tell him to ship it to me for probably like 30, 40 bucks. Because I can't change the address. Or drive down there to get it, which would also suck. Be cheaper, though. Now they just want to sell more. Well, that's a company. Concept versus execution. Giving people a chance to get a hold of a dumbed-down version of a limited product is awesome, but doing it just say people pay $204 days of FOMO is just shady AF. Petty Gadget, I agree completely. I have no problem with people being able to buy a less refined version. It does ruin the mysticism, you know? Like, it does ruin it, but I'm honestly one of those people that don't care. But I can see, like, there's gonna be some people out there, especially kids, that are gonna be like, oh my god, I can't wait. Like Tom didn't get the Mandalorian rifle. His parents are not going through a divorce. They're perfectly happy. But, you know, my mom and dad are splitting. They will do literally anything to make me happy, to get my allegiance. I already got the gaming computer. I already got the new bike, the e-bike. And now they bought me this $100-something Nerf blaster, and I'm gonna be the only one with one at the local Nerf war. I just have to wait until next year, and oh my gosh, I'll be in 8th grade, but still, it's gonna be awesome. And nobody else is going to have one. Even if it sucks, at least I'm going to be the only one with one. If they want one, they're going to have to pay like hundreds of dollars after the fact. But I got the pre-order in like a good person, because that's what I'm supposed to do. And then now everybody's going to be able to get one. And you're like, oh man, and I would rather just get that version because it's way cheaper. I could have gotten 3 of them. $150 and 50 FPS. Yeah, that's about right. I don't agree. I also feel the pain when you buy something for $50 and you see it now selling for $20. I mean, that's less of a flinch. I'm trying to remember the last time I bought something for like a very expensive price and then immediately saw it like for sale a little while later for like way less than that. It has happened. The first time that ever really burnt me was the Nintendo 3DS, because I bought that thing like the week it came out. And then like 4 months later, I'm still like, where are the games for my 3DS? There were no games for my 3DS, but then they're like, hey, guess what? We're slicing $80 off the price of the 3DS, but we'll give you 10 Game Boy Advanced games that you already own, because you're probably a Nintendo fanboy. But we're slicing $80 off the cost of that, and you can't do anything about it. Just $80, gone. Also, we're delaying all those games you wanted that were supposed to come out like a couple of months after launch. Yeah, they're not coming out till next year. And I went like, wow, I should never buy a Nintendo product ever again. And I didn't buy a Wii U. I did buy a Switch because they announced Splatoon 2 for it. I'm like, well, I have to do that. How many bullets, darts, Joe, darts, does the midichlorian or is it breach? It's a breach-loaded blaster. That was a very specific divorce example. I'm sensing a funny story here. Grant, it's not. It's just something from... It's something that I found out, like... It's a story I've corroborated with other people, especially a friend I had that worked at an airsoft place when I was going to Dart Wars. I bought 2 lots of blasters off Craigslist. Like, huge lots, like buying basically this entire kid's collection. And each time, I was met by the mom, and they're like, oh yeah, he wants a gaming computer, but I'm not going to get him one until he gives me a little bit of the money for it. And then I was asked, like Airsoft is always like, wow, these things are so expensive. How come these little kids always have it? They always have the most expensive Airsoft stuff. It's like, oh yeah, my mom and dad are going through a divorce. And my dad bought me this, and then my mom bought me this, and now they're fighting for my love. I had a friend like that was growing up, and I never put 2 and 2 together. But his mom and dad were separated. But, of course, mom and dad, it's kind of how it goes. And I'm just making fun. I'm sorry if that was actually a thing that happened to you. That's my parents were divorced. I grew up with just my mom and didn't get any of that. None. It wasn't fun. It's actually really depressing. But hey, I'm not that anymore. I've made it. I'm sitting here, not in my basement, on a second story, not a basement. Thank goodness. Drinking the cheapest beer possible, talking to the internet about children's toys. So clearly, I've done something right in life. You keep drinking that beer and I want to try it. Dude, I bought like literally 2 cases of it. I might buy a 3rd. I like it a lot. But I like crap beer, so sue me. Do you think the Icon series will be continued? I don't think Icons is dead. I'm fairly certain they'll do a couple more blasters in it. I think it just got delayed because of COVID. Do you think they should have released the premium version a lot longer down the line as kind of a nostalgic factor, like they do with those remastered He-Man? No, I think they should have just released the crap version and then announced, hey, do you want the big boy version? Here it is. I finally got my skewer. I really need to finish that video. I'm going to mod it further as a proof of concept prototype. That does not sound like a thing you should do with a 3D printed blaster, but hey, if you got a 3D printer and you're gonna do that, sure, go for it. Crap beer or craft beer? I usually don't drink craft beer unless it's like given to me. Speaking of Nerf Limited, what about Gallarhorn? Oh, right! Oh, God, I completely forgot. So the reason why I completely forgot about that is because I didn't do a video on it, because it was just that announcement and like the Bungie E3 thing. They didn't actually show it, but we are getting, apparently, a Nerf limited release of the Gallarhorn from Destiny, which if you played Destiny, Gallarhorn was the most broken PvP or PvE weapon in the game. And it was rad. And it was the first thing, I'm almost certain it was the first thing that Xur released when Destiny came out, and then it's like you could go like literally a year without seeing another Gallarhorn. So if you had a Gallarhorn, you were the boss. Like you were like, Vault of Glass and stuff, you were like, oh my god, you have yes, please, help me. Can you help us like finish this? And it was awesome. It was great. In the game, it fires a rocket that explodes into tiny little things that all turn into rockets, deals a crap ton of damage. I doubt the Nerf version will do that. I'm also kind of wondering what the Nerf version will even be. It is a breech-loaded rocket system, and makes me wonder, do you think Mega XL? Nerf, come on. Come on. If you're going to release a breech-loaded Gallarhorn, let's assume that you're going to try to make it as close to the actual thing and not make it another damn Strife. If you're going to do this, can you please, Hasbro, I'm not asking for a lot here. I'm just asking for you to make it fire Mega XL. Can we all agree that it needs to fire Mega XL? Anybody? Anybody disagree with that? There's an image for it. Look it up. Nerf LTD Gallarhorn. I forgot how to spell Gallarhorn. Bungie store. There is no thing here. It's just a coming soon thing. Can you post it in the Discord? Images. Okay. Images. Which one of these is the Nerf one? I see the non-Nerf one, but I don't see the Nerf one. Message deleted, so it obviously wasn't the Nerf one. I think having 3 Mega Darts fire at once is cooler. It could be. Yeah, if I remember correctly how Gallarhorn operated, it like popped up the thing, and you loaded the rocket in and closed it. But I think it fired multiple rockets, so I think it had multiple, like, breach ports. Right? I don't know. I'm confused. Good job on the blue guy for the message retraction. Way to hold yourself accountable. I do appreciate that. So this is why I don't get excited anymore, by the way, because it's like, oh my god, Walcom, no, look! And then it's like, okay, I'll look. Oh, look at that. It's not actually a thing. Good news is it's only going to cost you $777,000 on Bungie's website. If a company made the peak blaster of all time, would it be spring powered or flywheel powered? I already have one. I got the Pew Pew, and that's the peak blaster of all time. It's literally the best. The Pew Pew is the greatest. It cannot be beaten. And I'd love for you to tell me how it's not. because the Pew Pew is, holy crap, bar none, the best blaster I've ever gotten my hands on. I have not gotten the video, and I'm probably going to ruin the video, but this thing is amazing. It is so good. For one, look how small it is. It's smaller than the Dart Zone Pro Mark II. And yet it's mag-fed. I got a mag. It does not do a grip one, but that's fine. It's not a big deal. It's got mounting hardware right here if you want to do like a magnet holster kind of thing. It's tiny. It is absolutely tiny. Pardon me, got beer burps. But the cool part, actually I gotta hold it closer. Hopefully the mic picked that up. First of all, board. It's got all the cool stuff in it. You can't see that because I have the focus currently set on me, and I'm gonna turn off my microphone. Oh, it's so cool. It even does this really cool thing. So it's on burst fire right now, but look at the top of the screen. That's the estimated darts per second, even though it's on burst fire. That was 38.46 darts. That's essentially how long it took for it to shoot 2 darts. And yes, you can hear that. Hear that? That's 2 darts every single time. That's all fully customizable on this blaster. And it's tiny. It's absolutely tiny. It is so good. And it's solenoid powered. So it's super snappy and feels really good. And this is, I could keep going on about this blaster until the end of time. In fact, I'm going to gush about it quite a bit in the next couple of minutes because holy crap, this blaster, Francine, these chocodiles. Where do I even begin? Obviously, we're with where I just did. I've wanted a burst fire blaster that basically fires as fast as it can with burst fire. So when I pull the trigger once, it shoots 2 or 3 darts downrange. Basically like a shotgun. And I got the whole legacy about the Woozy. I had a Woozy for like a year, it felt like, a long time. And I was gonna do a video on it, but every single time I went to do a video on this Woozy, something went wrong. And it felt like it wasn't quite there. I actually wound up sending it back to Frontline Foam. They sent it back to me, and this was the fixed one, and it still didn't burst fire quite right. So they said they were going to print me out a brand new one, and then obviously I followed the Pew Pew when it first showed up on Reddit, and I got number 6 here. And this is quite literally, except for the fact that I wish I had mag and grip, but I'm fine without it because it's way more comfortable. This is exactly what I've wanted since like day 1 with NERF. Because it's a pistol, it's small, it's compact, it's mag-fed though, so it can be really primary worthy, and does the burst fire, and I can do 2 darts to 5 darts. I can set it to do whatever, and it does it as fast as I pull the trigger. You can limit the rate of fire if you want to, but I can basically just... Each one of those was 2 shots. Like, how good is that? And this is Pew Tech's or Pippo's first blaster. And it's that well done. I don't even know, man. Like, I'm blown away by that fact. But let's continue with where the actual things get super cool about the Pew Pew. So, the mag release. It can work either pulling it back or pushing it forward. Like, genius. How is it done? I actually don't even know how that works. Absolute genius. The flywheel system is a metal cage. Brushless flywheels, obviously, mini flywheels. Hits anywhere from like 130 to 150. Rad. Everything feels good. The actual OS and everything is controlled by a PSP joystick. So if I want to change that, I guess I go like that. Do auto, ooh, max rate of fire, go down to singles, ooh, look at that. It has auto shut off. I have 2 FDLs, only one has a brain board in it. Obviously one's a semi-auto. The FDL doesn't auto shut off. I don't know why it doesn't auto shut off, but it don't. And that upset the heck out of me. And now at least it has an on-off switch, but there are times like I'll be walking around and like I'll have my FDL on for a while and then we'll start beeping at me and I'll get, or I'll like, you know, I'll rush and put my FDL down and grab a different blaster because I want to use something else. And like, I'll leave my FDL on. They'll be like, oh dude, something's beeping in your stuff. It's like, oh crap. Auto shut off. And it's customizable. It starts off at 15 minutes. I have it at 5 minutes. And really, like, unless you like, obviously you want it higher if you're actually using it as like a sidearm in a battle. But if you're not, that's perfectly fine. I like having it at what I have it set at. And if you turn on, it does take a second, but it's only like a second to turn on. So you can draw it as long as you can sit behind cover for a second, you can get it done. So good. It is monstrously expensive. It is essentially a micro FDL. I believe they start at like 430 bucks. A lot of money, but there's nothing else really like this in the hobby. The only things that really come close are the Kestrel, which I wanted 2 Kestrels. Anybody else hear that? That was weird. Just booms. I don't know what they're from. Those were, yeah, that sounded like bombs were dropping. I mean, internet's still on, power's still up, so it's not the end of the world yet. But, geez. There is the Kestrel. The problem I had with the Kestrel is that the Kestrel, theoretically, besides the screen, has everything it needs to be select fire. But the creator didn't want to add the tiniest little 3-position switch to have that happen. They stated because they don't use it, they aren't going to add it. It already has an Arduino inside of it to do select fire. You just have to wire it up to a small 3-position switch. And that really felt like silly to me. Like, it's the creator, they can do whatever they want, but I was going to buy 2 Kestrels, and I didn't, because I wanted select fire. This is, as far as I can tell, smaller than a Kestrel. And maybe the Kestrel hits harder, because I don't remember if the Kestrel was full-size flywheels or not, but this is still really good. And you can lower the flywheel power if you want to hit it like NERF standard style and everything like that, but this is awesome. Like, no joke, this is my favorite thing I have ever gotten. And I didn't pay $430, I still paid, well, basically nothing. I worked something out with Luchathor, you paid for me because I didn't have money at the time. But this thing is just so good. And it blows my mind because it's Pewtek's Pippo's first NERF design. And it's this good. And that's just insane to me. If I want to add a sight, there's actually hidden screw threads underneath the slide that you can add sights to. It's already fitted for my flip dot, which is cool. I'm just blown away. It is even this is pretty crazy. This is the door for the battery, and it's a pin with 2 opposing magnets that makes it springy. Like, I know that's not completely brand new, because we kind of saw something like that with the Breaking Wind, but like the way it's utilized, like that's because you can't really fit a spring in there, but he could fit 2 magnets and a pin. So good. I still don't even know how this works. I have no clue what spring or whatever is in there. There's like no room in there for a spring or anything. I have no clue. Super great. I will have a video up on that early next week because it is super rad. Like, it is my dream blaster, and I'm so glad. I only have the 1, which is a little frustrating. I want obviously 2. I had 2 pre-ordered. 1 went to Lucha, but Pippo is just the Nerf everything to me right now. I will hopefully never have to use another blaster ever again. Unfortunately, that means my FDLs are practically pointless now. Now my FDLs I have a 40 dart FDL, which is pretty good for HVZ, but for everything else, man, the Pew Pew, so good. So effing good. What's your favorite mag capacity? Like 10, 12 is usually what I run with. I don't mind reloads. I do like the 40 round mags, but I wouldn't want like a 40 round one of these. It'd be kind of dumb. I did just realize, I just remind myself that a Nerf a short dart drum does exist if you have the STL files for it, which I do. I've actually printed out most of the files and just never finished the actual build. That's something that I should look forward to doing, because now I have a blaster that should use it effortlessly. Oh, 2 drum. Oh. Get myself excited. Hopefully that drum's fast enough to keep up with this thing. Is that a Glock style grip? Yes, Johnny, it pretty much is. Hey, Walcom, did you watch Toonami growing up? Yes, I did, Amajiki. Stop making me want to spend more money on hobbies. I'm trying to adult. Hey, I mean, I got something non-Nerf related that's hobby that's been eating money. Granted, I've been pretty responsible, not super responsible. I do get those Amazon cards from those of you that, when you buy something from Amazon, if you use the links that I have in the description of all my videos, I get like a kickback. The more people that use it, the more percentage of kickback I get. It's awesome. So if you buy anything on Amazon, it doesn't have to be Nerf related, literally anything. Use the links I have in my description. If you click on it, it will take you to Amazon for Nerf stuff, but if you just type in everything and check out and everything, it doesn't change your prices whatsoever. It's just Amazon basically being like, hey, you obviously are promoting Amazon, so here's a kickback. It's their affiliate program. It is awesome. I have been, the last couple of months, I guess it started around my birthday, I found out that Beyblade Pro, or Beyblade Burst Pro Series were a thing. Now, I have quite the little collection of Beyblades from, like, early 2010s, mid-2010s. Basically, my roommate and I were, like, walking through Walmart. We both had money, and saw that they had Beyblades, and he had them as a kid. I did not. And I've always wanted to. I've never seen the anime. I've never watched Beyblade, but holy crap, I wanted to play because they were customizable and they looked fun. So we picked up a bunch of the Metal Fury or whatever they were series, and from there, it just spiraled out of control. We were hitting up every single Target, Walmart, everything, looking for different sets that we didn't already have. We never bought them online, which was the weird part, but we went to every Toys R Us in, like, the state. We went to every Walmart, every Target, every Fred Meyer, finding as many different ones and basically just building a collection. And they were fun, but I never got the Japanese ones, the Takara Tomy ones. I've always wondered about them, and I heard that the Hasbro ones were worse in pretty much every way. Fast forward when I had stopped buying Beyblades because they started doing weird stuff and the weird stuff got boring, I then saw, while I was walking through Walmart looking for Nerf stuff, that they had what was called Beyblade Pro. Now, these were considerably more expensive at like 20 bucks a pop. I did a little bit of Googling online, though, and they happened to be exact, almost replicas of what the Japanese tops were, so pretty high quality. And it was actually Opti-Man who pulled the trigger. He's like, well, let's just get one or two of them. I was like, he was kind of interested in it. So he basically bought me 2 of them. We used my old Beyblade Stadium. And yeah, they were considerably cooler than any other top I ever had from them. Now, if you don't know what the heck they are, they're basically, well, let me just grab whatever one. They're tops, but you're supposed to fight with them. And you do that by dumping them into an arena, and there's a lot of skill, a lot of strategy and stuff, and they're completely customizable. Like, they have different parts and pieces you can mix and match to make whatever you want for different strategies for winning. It's fun. And I don't care if you're a grown-ass man, it's fun. Because you get a couple of these, you get a couple of friends, rivalries start forming, and you start trying to come up with strategies. You keep, refighting, trying different parts and pieces to make one that will beat whatever they have, and then they have a different one, and you just try to make the best one you can until it gets defeated, then you start tearing that one down and stuff like that. It is stupidly fun stuff. And because of that, we got those first two, and I loved it. They were so much better than what I was used to. I went out and when I got that beautiful Amazon gift card, which I've been stockpiling like 2 or 3 of them for the last couple of months because I just wasn't using them, I got the Stadia, and that came with 2 more. And then I went back down to Walmart and got one of every one I could find. And then I went to Target and got one of every one I can find. And then I went online and tried to look for which ones I didn't have. And at the moment, I had completed every single Beyblade Burst Pro Series that Hasbro has released. I had every single one of them. The one that was hardest for me to get was Perfect Phoenix. I don't know why. Actually, I assume because this one's like some kind of setup. Like the Perfect Phoenix was like a really good top, and it was hard to get the Japanese one, but they released it in the Hasbro one, and you could just buy that. So this one was like the only one that was hard to get. And of course, I wasn't satisfied with that. So I got my last Amazon check like a week ago, and I bought a couple of the Japanese ones. I also spent a little bit of money. I had to get the string launchers, so they would be way better. Like if you've ever used a Beyblade, they come with those like what they call light launchers. They suck. I assume Hasbro does that to limit the spin as much as they can so kids don't get hurt. I have had a Beyblade jump out and bite me, and it hurt when using one of these. Like it drew blood. I'm not even joking. That was actually this one. So I bought a couple of launchers. I bought the stadium. I bought all sorts of things. And then I bought a couple of the Japanese tops. And they get ridiculous. Every single top seems to have some kind of wacky, weird, cool gimmick. And the fact that you can still like customize them past that. And sometimes you'll buy tops like this and they'll come with like one part that's meant for a specific other top. It's cool. And it's fun. It really is. And it's something that like now I'm sitting here like every day now, like, oh my God, I wish I had this one and this one and this one and this one, this one, this one. And then when they're like literally like anywhere from like 15 to 30 bucks a pop, it's like this quickly spins out of control. But I have a nice big collection here, and even Dr. Flux has come over and we played for a while, and he's like, oh my God, this is so much fun. Luchathor doesn't seem too into it, but that's Luchathor. They're so fun. I can't, if you aren't into it, you aren't into it. And I'm not gonna knock you for that one, but man, if you can get a friend or a roommate or something like that and grab a couple, and you'll quickly see why they're fun, because there's so much strategy into how you launch it. There are times where you don't want to spin it as fast as possible. You want to spin it somewhere almost the fastest, but not quite. It's so much fun. This is not a cry for help. It's a cry for more Beyblades. I will definitely take more Beyblades. But right now I have all the Hasbro ones, so now I'm just kind of dipping into the Takara Tomy ones. Like I got like this thing. This one has this gigantic base on it, and it's currently clicked down. But basically what it does is after it spins for a while, a spring-loaded thing pops out the bottom, and the tip's like that long. So it jumps up, and when it lands, it's like far more aggressive than it was before, which is dumb. It's also like spring-loaded, like, so when it gets hit, it can like absorb the energy without actually losing momentum, I guess. They have all sorts of weird, like this one, which I showed off earlier, it's got rubber rings on the side that bite into stuff, and the tip, when it starts off spinning, you can actually see there's like, that's a tip that comes out, and then as it slows down, it goes into that flat. It's like, there's so many different ways you could use stuff like that. This one sucks, but it's got an interesting tip on the bottom of it. It's like I don't know why it sucks, but it does in fact suck. And this one has absolutely annihilated pretty much every single thing I've thrown at it, and I don't even know why. This is just a stock Hasbro one, and it's like, well, you can, I don't know why, it's got this massive metal ring and stuff on it and a rubber tip, and it just wrecks everything. This one, its gimmick is really weird. It's kind of like a lizard that like detaches its own tail. After a while, it throws off its ring. And which really sucks because I lost one of the freaking decals on it because it did that, which really upset me. But like this actually does screw with stuff because like if it does it just right, it'll launch it off and it will like snag the enemy and like really lower their speed. And the way you win is either by a knockout, you win by just spinning longer than the opponent, but the cool thing about the Beyblade Burst ones is that they literally blow apart. They have health. Some break easier than others. And it's so much fun when that happens. And sometimes it'll happen like literally instantly. That's something that the old ones that I used to have, you know, when I was playing with the roommate, you know, years ago, didn't do that. So like the only way to win is like whoever basically got knocked out or whoever stopped spinning, or yeah, whoever spun the longest. And they are very, very nice. Highly recommended. I have had so much fun. I got like this sucker. I don't know. Its tip has got like some kind of free spinning thing right there that kind of keeps it steady from tipping over. I got this thing is just, I don't even freaking know. This is one of the Japanese ones. It's like super evil looking, and it's got like this weird, like everything's like free spinning. And then what winds up happening is like you actually can like click this together and like keep it. I just took it apart, but you can keep it. Like it will basically, when it gets hit enough, it will actually spring up and get bigger, and the things will not free, or they will free spin when before they don't, which is really rad. Like it's not the coolest gimmick ever, but it is a gimmick and it is fun. Unfortunately, a lot of the ones when they have a gimmick means they can't really do a whole lot besides the gimmick. Like these ones have spring-loaded pieces that shoot out the sides and that hit stuff, which is pretty darn cool. I actually got a couple of different ones that have varying degrees of this. This thing does something. I don't actually know. It says it does something and I can't figure out what, but it's got like spring-loaded pieces in it too. I don't know if that's why it kills everything. They're also left and right hand spins, and those have different applications. So I got a whole bunch of all the tips are like, I love the tip on this one because it's like it just looks menacing. Like this thing, another Japanese top, came with, oh look at that, look at how much metal is on that. Are you kidding me? It just destroys everything. Actually doesn't. I haven't had Flux over yet to test that one out. This one's kind of cool. It's got these big, heavy ball bearing, like so if it tips over, it doesn't really lose much momentum, but you can swap it between a left and right hand spin. Kind of nifty. Yeah, no, I just think they're neat. And the launchers are kind of cool. So I bought some set because it had a thingy that was like, oh, look at this launcher. It's super cool. And you can customize them. I took the grips off this one, put it on this one. But I have this like, it doesn't do anything, but man, it feels good. And these are completely customizable as well. And you can swap them between left and right hand spin. This is the one that has the power gear on it, so that means it has a bit more rotation. It has a smaller gear, so it actually spins stuff faster. And it's actually gotten to the point where they spin so freaking fast that they basically, like, if you can see, like, the side of one of the arenas, like, all marked up with, like, red and black, because it spins so fast the poor stadium can't keep up. So I have to buy a new stadium. I will take suggestions for that, by the way. That Ripper looks like the handle from the blades on Attack on Titan. As you battle the dragon, the blades can be locked back to reveal more rubber. Are Blade Aids considered retro? Because I remember them when I was younger. I mean, there are the classic series, which is like, I think, late 90s. I think I've held one. I have one. I don't know where I bought it from Goodwill, but I do have an old style Beyblade over there. I don't know where it is right now. I just know it's over there. Back in my day, we had a hoop on a stick. I think it's the final series for the new generation Burst, but it's still going. Man, I hope not. I think it's cool. Like, the bursting mechanic is super interesting. I feel like they're less customizable than the Metal Fury ones, but maybe that's just me. And there's so many gimmicks, and that's what makes it fun. It's like, it is interesting to me, like, oh, it's a Hasbro product. Yes, it's a Hasbro product where they actually tried to do something right for once. I know, shocking. What do you think of Kamen Rider Revised so far? I've only seen the first episode and I didn't hate it. I'm saving, I kind of wanted to show it to Luchathor. I'm hoping we can sit down and watch it at some point. If he doesn't show up, I'll watch the next couple episodes. Do you know there's official non-Nerf Robocop foam blaster? It was an electronic foam weapon arm from Robocop 3 that could fire OG Nerf arrow with a hand pump. Even came with a helmet. I did not know about that. Hasbro stadiums have big walls that make them KOS hard, so the benefit of having defense tops. Tomy stadiums have wide home lenses that benefit attack tops. I can see that. I kind of want to get the DB stadium. That's kind of what I'm looking at right now. Dude, what's your headset? It looks insane. It's just a Astro A50 or whatever. I had it for years. They're kind of stupid. I don't like them. I've seen some Beyblades hit others. There's Beyblade sparking. They have tops that spark and they have stops, like, you know, they launch when they spark when you launch and when they hit stuff. I don't think it was very long-lived, but I have heard of it before. Thoughts on the shell? I don't even know what that is, Ty. Apparently it's a shotgun. I don't know what it is. I have a message in Discord. Nerfing stuff. Okay, yeah. Nice try. Yeah, that's okay. Cool. What's the lie from Hasbro this time? We already talked about it. We talked about it an hour ago. I'm sorry. My nephew plays Beyblades, and whenever I beat him, he says I cheat. I mean, there is skill to him. I have a lot of things. I've gotten quite the collection of blasters that I need to do videos on. Just when I thought I was getting caught up, there was a couple of blasters that I hadn't done videos on yet. I have a couple that I've filmed partially that I kind of wish I would have done better the first time, because now it's kind of hard to go back and redo them. But I had the Helix, but when I filmed the video, I had the camera cocked and didn't realize it. So it's like you could see the part of the wall that wasn't covered in Nerf filigree, essentially. And I didn't feel like finishing that video because, like, it would look really weird. And having the unboxing and stuff is kind of like part of the experience. So I could buy another Helix, but just to keep it short, I didn't really like the Helix. I thought the Helix was a pretty bad choice of a blaster, mostly because of the hopper. The hopper's a cool idea, but the hopper, when combined with the curve mechanism, didn't really work well. And it kind of goes back into that statement where it's like, I don't think hoppers and springers really work all that well, because we have so many, like, and hoppers in general just don't seem to work that well. Like, I like the idea of the Mach 40. I think the Mach 40 is actually a really good blaster. I think it has a purpose, but you'd definitely be fighting against not having rounds get loaded right. And that's kind of the problem I had with the Helix. You basically, like, if you wanted to, like, arc a shot with it, you have to pull it down, pump it, which is really awkward to pump something while holding it down, then point it up, then fire. And basically similar to, like, the, what was that thing called? The holy crap, brain. The Siege 50. It's kind of similar to that, where it's like, it didn't really work. So I thought I kind of skipped the Helix. I have two of the Ryan blasters, the Ryan's World ones. I have the sniper rifle, because why not? And then I have the flywheel one, which I do still want to do a video on those. I have not opened them. I've had them for like 2 months now. D-Dart Pro had that for like 2 months. Need to do the video on that. I filmed almost everything, I think. I just need to finish the actual talkie bits and put that out. I should still have the footage for that. I just got the Zesty. I'm actually excited. I have not seen any reviews on the Zesty. I know American Foam has one out. I have not seen a review, but I'm curious because it looks like it might be kind of cool. I doubt it will be good, but it looks like it could be kind of cool. I have obviously got to do the M79, the Milsig. I have had that shot for like 2 months now, and every single time I look at like editing that, I get upset. The Milsig was a massive disappointment. And I think what really came down with the Milsig was I was talking to the company, and they kept like ignoring my questions and just asking when the video was going to be live. And it was really upsetting because it's like I was sitting there with Liam trying to fix the blaster. And like we were in a chat with me, Liam, and the guys who made the Milsig. And like we were literally like just like, oh my god, dude, like I found out that you could use the like a brass barrel with the Milsig barrels, so we could actually test scar barrels and stuff, and that changed everything. And Milsig was like interrupting the conversation, like, when is your video gonna be out? It's like, bruh, I spent like literally probably 12 hours in the last 2 days trying to get your stupid blaster to work. And they're like, when is video done? It's done when I say it's done. And we kept working. I tried, freaking Liam sent me a scar from Australia, and then Frontline Foam sent me a barrel and a scar setup they had. I've tried everything. That blaster is randomly inaccurate. Like, and it's not even like, it's barely usable. And I don't think anybody, like, even when I watched like Frontline Foams, like trying to, like, they had, because a lot of people were having issues with the Milsigs, and most of it's like people being bad to not being able to use HPA, which I can sympathize with. Like, I'm new to HPA, I don't really know a whole lot about it, but other people are like, oh, it jams, does all this, doesn't fire, doesn't work, blah, blah. I have had like very little problem with that. I have had jams and stuff, but they usually been fixable. And it definitely seems like a product that wasn't quite ready to go yet, but the accuracy never comes up in that conversation. And the accuracy is bad. It's worse than most flywheelers, and I cannot explain why. I've tried ported barrels, I've tried unported barrels, I've tried scars, I've tried ported scars, I've tried 6-string, I've tried 3-string, I've tried 10-string, I've tried 50-degree twist, 70-degree twist, 100-degree twist, 120-degree twist. I've tried everything. I cannot get that blaster to shoot remotely the same way twice in a row. It is sometimes too far to the left, sometimes too far to the right, sometimes wildly inaccurate down to the bottom left, sometimes wildly inaccurate up to the bottom right, or bottom right. It's like, it's just random. It's like using a gun in a badly made first-person shooter where they couldn't add recoil, so they just added a bloom. And it sucks, especially when it's like the full auto on the Milsig's kind of cool, right? You think it would be. Problem, the Milsig has a 15-round mag, like pretty much max. It doesn't even work with Talons or Tachis. So you're stuck with essentially 15 rounds full auto, and it fires stupidly fast, and it's like it's a rifle. So I don't think, like Mook says, HPA doesn't seem fun in general. I disagree. HPA is actually pretty fun. It's just like, I don't know, because I don't have another HPA blaster, how that works. I put out that first video, like that video that I first put out, the short with the Milsig, I couldn't tell that the accuracy was bad in that video. That was shot the day before I was traveling to go film the actual B-roll footage, because I didn't want to shoot that thing in my backyard, because I literally, like, you could see a school through the tree line. Like, I lived right next to a school. Going outside with that thing didn't seem like a good idea. So I was pretty upset that when I got here and I literally sat down and tried to shoot at a target and couldn't hit a target at all. And it was never consistent, like, why it wasn't hitting the target. And I tried, and it has like the ability to lower and increase the FPS. The problem I kept having with that was that, like, even when it could screw like 3 or 5 times, like quite a few times could you unscrew but it's like only the first quarter of the turn mattered. If you turned it any lower, it wouldn't fire anymore. It was just, yeah, that's why you never saw a video of the Milsig, and that's why I'm still like, oh, I don't really want to do a video on this. I will still do a video, and I'm sorry if you bought one, like, because you saw my video. Like, granted, honestly, if you bought it because you saw my video, it's gonna work like that. Problem, it's gonna work like that. It's not gonna be accurate. And I couldn't tell from shooting, you know, 10 feet into my dart catch. So, if you don't care about accuracy, it's probably great. But, yeah, that's a problem. I do have a video on the M20 I have to do. I haven't filmed the actual talkie bits for that, but I have filmed the B-roll for the M20. That has to get done at some point. I have filmed, oh God, I filmed the video on the upgrade parts for the Saturn and the Saturn Ranger kit from Spitfire Products, and then the kits for the from JRC Designs for the Conquest Pro. And holy crap, that pump grip and stuff for the Conquest Core is amazing. But I gotta finish my video on the like all these videos I have to get done, and I'm averaging about 2 videos a week right now. I have to do a little bit better. The drop-in worker kit for the Pharaoh, and then the amp. I wanted to put both of those in one video. Oh, I gotta get that done. I gotta get the pew pew done. I actually got in, I got this blaster in yesterday. This is the Devil Z concept pistol. That's done up in Common Rider Revice colors, actually. This was done by Scott. I don't know if they have like a company name, but he's going to be selling these. He has a license for it. And of course, I've had... Oh, my Beyblades fall off the freaking table. I've had this for a while. My issue was, like, I couldn't really get an 8-minute video out of just this thing without it being really, really boring. So I was kind of waiting to get something else like it to do a video. But, so we have... This is the Fenris, the NG05 Fenris from my 3D base. This is the Devil Z Contest Pistol. Basically the same thing. They're basically the same blaster. So I'm like, yeah! Yeah, there we go, that's a video. And then I got this in the mail, finally. This showed up a couple of weeks ago, which I think I was talking to them about this in March, and it only just now showed up. But this is the Cobalt Designs Photon from some comic, I guess. I don't know anything of. I have absolutely no idea. But it is a same setup, actually. It is a in-mag grip flywheel pistol, which I know people are like really hot for. So I do have this, and I will throw it in the video with the rest of them. We'll just do a whole NERF pistol roundup, flywheel pistol roundup. I also have a Vulcan's pistol, which is not the same, so I might not include it, and it's also not like done. And I might, like, start off the video talking about the lightning bug, because I love the lightning bug and I haven't had a chance to really talk about it yet, because it's really good and really cheap. It's like $65 for this thing. It's like $130, and it's full 3D printed, and it's awesome. I highly, highly recommend one of these if you have nothing else in this form factor. It is super cool, and it's super cheap, and super good print quality and stuff like that from Impact 498. So that's a video I have to get done. It'll take me a little while to get all that, to get through all of that, assuming nothing else comes out. Stuff like the, what do you call it? The, Band Blaster thing. That was kind of dropped on me. I had to get that done pretty much ASAP. That's why I charged them money. It wasn't very much money, but I charged them money for that. Normally I don't, but if it's something that feels like a blatant advertisement, as long as I'm interested in the product, I will take money to do the video. I try not to do reviews. I try to do like overviews when I'm paid money. I try to keep my integrity as much as possible. But obviously the thing that's not here, the thing that everybody's interested in is of course the the freaking Mark III. So yes, obviously I have a Mark III. It is over there on my set right now. I can't show anything off anymore. They told me not to put out any more teasers to make it fair to the other people that are getting Mark IIIs, which is super cool. There is actually an embargo date for the Mark III reviews. They said do not put out any review content until the 29th. So I will have a video up the 29th at assumingly 9 a.m. because the actual thing is set for, I think, like Yeah, 9 a.m. 9 a.m. on the 29th, which is Wednesday. So I get to take my time and make a really good video about it and throw every single thing I want to talk about and edit it 2 or 3 times and make sure it's basically as good as I can get it. And I don't have to worry about anything else. I get to put the video out at the same time as everybody else. And we all have a fair shot at it. And that's really cool. I'm super happy that Dart Zone went that direction because that's almost never happens. It's like, usually what happens is the blaster comes out on the East Coast and I'm screwed for a month and a half. Usually it's not that bad because if I put up my, let's say I put up a review and then, you know, Flux puts up a review. It doesn't really help Flux. Usually, like, he'll get a little bit of traffic, but it's like, I will drown out Flux no matter what I do. So typically it'd be better if Flux got his review out before mine. I'm going to try to work on that from here on out. If we have a strategy working together, I'd rather him put his stuff out before mine and then I'll put mine up. But if like American Foam puts out a review and then I put out a review, what winds up happening there is that, like, are you going to watch 2 reviews in 2 days or 1 day or anything like that? Chances are you probably won't. You'll watch one of them, probably the first one that comes out, in immaculate detail, and then you'll skip through the next one, which hurts our metrics. So usually what happens is whenever I see another content creator is going to put up a video, or they already put up the video, I'm going to wait like a week or so before I put mine up, just to give you all a breather. Because there's still going to be people who are like, maybe it's a good day, maybe it's a Monday and you're really bored and I'm the only one that uploaded a video and it's on a product you've already seen, but you still want to get my opinion. That's kind of the logistics that go on behind the scenes. I know, like Motion says, I'll watch all of them. There are people that will do that, but the vast majority of users will not. And I have to cater to the vast majority of viewers or else I won't have a roof over my head. And I hate to say that, that's how things go. That happens all the freaking time. And like when you say like you watch 1 or watch 2 or watch 3, you watch the first one, but then when you know everything, you know the box, you know the grip, you know the batteries, you know the mags, you know the darts, you're gonna skip straight to the FPS and you're gonna skip straight to the range footage and you're gonna skip straight to my opinions, and that's gonna be that. I know it because I've seen the metrics. I have seen it, you guys cannot deny it, and that sucks. Because it really lowers your average watch duration and everything like that. Will you do a video on the N90? I don't know if I know what the N90 is. It's really cool they made it fair. Hasbro would just ship some preferred reviewers first. That's what Hasbro did! Like, I always got these, like, I'd see like Buff Daddy get like these awesome packages that came with like Ferraris and, you know, Traeger grills and stuff like that are all Nerf branded, and then I get a box that have like a Fire Strike in it. And I'd be like, thanks, Hasbro. Because at least, like, I'm getting a box, you know what I mean? But it's like, it always sucked when they'd give, like, super cool boxes to other people and then stiff me. But here's the thing. Hasbro barely sends out boxes. Like, I don't know. They're the biggest company. But, like, I don't see many boxes going out at all right now. And it sucks because they're so expensive. Like, I've bought like every Nerf release. It's not cheap. It hurts. Granted, usually if the video does well, I make my money back, but it would be so nice if Hasbro did the same thing. Like, hey, we're going to send you a box with like 4 different blasters in it. We want you to put up the NDA on this video is this, the NDA on this one's this, that, and just have everybody on the same schedule. Because it's kind of cool, because like what happens, like if I upload my video on the 29th and you watch it, somebody you may not even know, you may not be subscribed to them, you may have no idea, their video is going to pop up recommended next because it's the same blaster, the same thing, the same ecosystem. It's probably going to autoplay to their next product, and you're going to see somebody you didn't know before. That works for me too. If a big guy does the video, it will trickle down to me. It's great. And as long as I can do a pretty good video, I might be able to hold your interest long enough for those metrics to go up. So I'm super stoked about that. It's an even playing field. It's good for everybody. But yeah, we'll see how that goes in the future. That's how I found American Foam autoplayed from you. And yeah, that guy gets literally every blaster before anyone. He's like literally right next to their, like, shipment center. It's amazing. It's so cool that he gets all that stuff. And that's how he made his entire channel. It does help. Like, getting reviews out early does really help. But you got to do a good review, and thankfully, American Foam, I've seen a couple of them, does a good review. They also sent me, American Foam actually sent me, they didn't charge me very much money at all, which is amazing. They sent me the Demolisher, the Modulus Demolisher Ultimate Customizer Kit. I've wanted one for a long time. Last time I looked on Amazon to find one, they weren't there. I could only find a Japanese package, which I thought about buying because that would have been cool, but I didn't buy it. And now, like, they showed up at, like, Ollie's, I think, on the East Coast. I obviously don't have an Ollie's anywhere near me. They did show up, and they were like $40. And that's a steal compared to the $120 I was gonna spend. And I was like, if anybody, like, I was in my Discord, if anybody can get me one, please let me know, I will pay for it. And I was expecting to pay it out the nose. But he hooked me up. Like, really good. He sent me 2 of them. And he sent me a Boomco Grip Strike, which is rad, because I never had one. So I just got, like, I got 2 Modulus Customizer, Ultimate Customizer packs, which I don't want to open up either of them, but I might open up one for a video. And I got a Grip Strike, which I never want to open either, but I kind of want to do a video on it. It sucks. American Foam's backyard borders Amazon. Yeah, they just chunk his packages over the fence. That would be so cool. The share claim. Oh, it's that. Oh, it's okay. I know what you're talking about now. It's that thing done by Mags 45. I don't know what he calls himself. I have one of his blasters. I have the Cricket. I need to do a video on that. Thanks for reminding me. The problem with the Cricket is I couldn't get like an 8-minute video out of it. I tried when I first got it. Probably has an RV parked outside the factory. That's a pretty good one, Motion. What 3D printer blaster do you recommend making? Right now, probably a Skewer or a Lynx. I'm very surprised you aren't into mechanical keybs. I have no idea what you're talking about. Supa, enlighten me. Do you think you will have a positive or negative review on the Mark III? I'm pretty sure it will be positive. I haven't fired it yet. Very important distinction. That's my goal for tomorrow. But I have recorded a lot of good B-roll so far, and I think it'll be positive. If anything, it's going to be positive for you guys. I might not care all that much about it, but I know it'll be good for all of you. Thoughts on the Pulsar cage for the Worker Phoenix? There are files out now. I'm sure it rips and tears. I know Kiraka probably hates the crap out of me. Kiraka sent me a Ultra Amp completely ready to go, and just things kept getting in my way making videos, and like then I was starting to move, and then when I moved, it took me like a month and a half to find the blaster, and I've been playing catch up ever since. So here we are, like literally like 5-6 months later. I haven't done a video on their Ultra Amp. It is bar none the strongest flywheeler I have ever gotten my hands on. It's 230. 230. It is freaking rad. Is it expensive? Yes. Is it worth it? Heck yeah. Holy crap. That's why I was like, I didn't know how to do a video on just that. The Band Blasters thing turned out to be 15 minutes, but most of that was me just like showing absolutely everything so you knew what you were getting. This blaster, I couldn't get like an 8-minute video out of it because it's like, it's an amp that you put some stuff into. I'm going to be doing a video with that, and basically it's the Plus Ultra blasters. So, taking blasters beyond. They're Ultra plus Ultra, My Hero Academia reference. Haha, I'm clever. I'm going to try to get that done really soon, because like that, people need to know about that. I'm also just wondering, like, people, like, maybe they just don't care about high performance. I don't know. Like, I thought the Band Blasters, when it's like, oh, it's 180 FPS. I'm like, yeah, there's a market for that. And I start firing, like, this is way harder than 180. Oh, it's like 210. Yeah, there's a market for that. Welcome. Do you think it's possible to make a gospel backfire? I'm sure anything's possible with enough time and materials. Band Blasters Kickstarter, day or nay? I mean, it's not even out yet. I put Curious Kid into my amp. It's insane. I love it. And I have to do the video with Detroit Dartworks pullback kit. I actually think I filmed 2 of them already and didn't like how either of them turned out. I'm going to replace my pullback kit because you sent another one to me. I tried to print one out, but I can't print the stupid, the long piece. I keep having a section that it can't be a jam because it happens in the same place twice, but just under extrusion sections where it just breaks apart. And then after that's fine. It's like there's just one part of the thing where it doesn't work. I tried wiping the memory card. That's the first thing I did. I took the memory card out, I wiped it, I sliced the file again, put it back in the machine, the same part in the same place. So, that's why that hasn't happened, because I wanted to reprint it and do another video. I might do it with the skewer. I kind of already shot that video, but I didn't have a skewer at the time. But it's like, it's hard for me to get like a full video of the skewer, I feel. And I thought I'd compare and contrast the both of them because I love both of them. So I don't know. Keyboard. There's a ton of crossover with Weebs and Keebs. Oh, I don't really. A keyboard's a tool. I don't really care. I'm using some Razer POS right now because my K95 Platinum broke on me. Would you rather have unlimited bacon but no more games, or games, unlimited games, and no games? Ivan, you're drunk. Go home. I have so many blasters to do videos on. It's drowning me. I'm gonna try. I'm gonna do my best. I wanted to get a video out every day this week, and it just didn't happen. Sometimes I can get a video out within like 4 hours, editing and shooting. But most of the time, it's like it takes me anywhere from 6 to 8 hours to get the shooting concept and stuff done. A lot of times, what happens with filming is that like I'll get essentially writer's block, and I'll sit down and edit the footage and be like, I hate this video, and that's my biggest like enemy is myself. Tertiary. Thank you very much, Danny Cookie. Z binding. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I really don't. I was just happy to finally get that printer up and running. Fun thought for the next April Fool's video. Have a Taco Bell party packet for the thumbnail and do a tag back of the Maverick. I've thought about doing that. I haven't put in consideration what we're going to do this year, I don't think. But I'm sure we will, or not this year, next year, but I'm sure we will have something. I still want to get a Halloween video done. I'm running out of time to get that done.
Tertiary mouth.
Tertiary. I don't know if I'd want to like clickbait like that, because like people aren't going to click on it when it's actually a... See, that'd be the opposite. You know, we're here, that'd be the opposite of clickbait. They'd look at me like, oh, it's another dumb joke, and then not watch it. Yeah, my skewer won't replace my links, but it's super fun. They're different blasters. It's cool to have different kind of things. I mean, I like the links. Being a big guy with lots of meat in front of him, it's a little difficult to have like a short pump action thing, which is why I like the skewer. Why is it that no one lipos the Stampede throws a Metal Gear's a beefy spring crazy motor and aluminum barrel? They do. I have tried. Problem is, you can get somewhere with it, but what winds up happening...
I am doing a cosmetic mod for a hammer shot, and the names I am thinking of for the names are Anarchist or Hand of Death. You know, 5 darts, 5 fingers.
Thank you very much for the $1. I'm doing cosmetic mod for a hammer shot, and the names I'm thinking of are Anarchist or Hand of Death. Hand of Death sounds pretty cool. Thank you, Vortex. If anyone is interested, Mansense Designs to release a Halloween version of their Scamp Blaster. Oh, I need to get one of those at some point. I was told I was going to get sent one, but they had some personal issues, and I was like, don't worry about it. I have plenty of other things to do. You take care of you. Thought I had more things to talk about, and I'm kind of running out of steam now. I basically got the one thing. Like, the thing I want to talk about, I can't talk about. So now I'm just kind of coasting. And that's when I rely on the chat, and then the chat devolves. Clickbait is somehow very efficient, and I hate it. That's my goal. My job, like, I know you guys hate it, but my job is literally clickbait. My job is to get you to click on my video, and I need to do it pretty much no matter what. I thought my last thumbnail was bad. A member for 35 months. Since day one, pretty much, McDoyle. Holy crap. So is that just because it said, hey, today's your renew, they gave you like a little box to check in, to like type stuff in? That's cool. You guys should become members. $5 a month, I think? I might have a $2 option now that I think about it. I'll have to change that. I did get a comment on a video. It was the Band Blasters one. I think I asked my secret club. Somebody said, like, it's bulkier than a 260 FPS select fire Griffin. How about a review of the latest Griffin art offerings from Sharamil Designs, which is, I believe, Taffy. And I was like, what the hell are they talking about? I have never heard of this. Can somebody verify what they're talking about? Do I know how to play the Pokemon TCG? Yes, my wife actually plays it, so I've watched her play. Did you ever mod an Natural Force Monolith, like, and did it perform better? I have not. I don't even have... That's why we have a workbench up there, is, like, I don't have a workbench right now. Like, I have some tables, but I don't have, like, a setup for, like, tables and tools and stuff like that. A table with tools and everything. Yeah, Mark, you're gonna have to probably watch the beginning, because we talked about it, but basically there's a half-price Mandalorian rifle. What is that? A weird string. Real question, is your wife into Nerf? Not really. Her favorite blaster is the Ravonix 360 for some reason, but yeah. Nah, she's more of a sit there and play Final Fantasy all day, every day kind of girl. I'm scared to see what her playtime in Final Fantasy 14 is. I just want to say, thank you very much, everybody. Wow, we hit 352 peak, I think? 357 peak. We still have 160 people watching, which is amazing because I've done literally nothing the last couple of, like, last half hour. I kind of blew my load on the whole being mad at Hasbro kind of thing. And my brain is like, because there's a thing that I want to play with right now that I can't, so I'm flattered that this whole live stream has been, you know, we do it every week, right? And, you know, it started off with nothing. It was just like 20, 30 people just hanging out. And it's like, we have 150 people just sitting here. Like, I wish I could, like, if I start playing a game or something, you guys will all tune out, and that's fair. But it's like, I'm still trying to work on it. I've done little changes here or there to try to make this a little bit better. Hopefully we can have more fun in the future. I have some plans for October to make the stream a little bit more exciting, a little bit more engaging. Hopefully more entertaining is my goal. I do a lot with being me. I do wish I had a Lucha over or something like that because it's a little bit more fun, but we're getting there. And I'm amazed at how successful this stream has become. And it's because you guys who keep coming back. And I just want to let you know, like, we do these live streams every Saturday. Every Saturday I'm not, like, Jared's Epic Blaster Battle or End War or something like that. I'm here doing a live stream. Every once in a while, I might have a problem, but I try not to let it get to me. So, what would be a good sidearm for a Halo MA40 and a Max Striker? A cut down Halo MA40. Boom! Got it! Next question. To my old school RuneScape? Old school 7? Oh, you mean, okay. You mean the actual PS game. I thought you were talking about old school RuneScape. I'm like, I don't want to know what my old school RuneScape playtime was. I remember getting mad because I'd like go to school, get home, and be like, oh, I can only play RuneScape for 5 hours. It's like, you're not addicted. I don't think so, Noah. Maybe. No, I don't know. Check Frontline Foam? Maybe? I'm not entirely certain, to be honest. Should I buy the Max Striker? It is a Nexus Pro. It's like the same damn thing. I don't even have one, to be perfectly honest. I only started watching this channel last December and I regret not watching it sooner. Well, that's pretty awesome, Azarok. Thank you. I know it probably won't do well, but can you make a video explaining how to play Pokemon TCG? I would never touch that on my channel. And also, I don't normally play it. I know how. Download the online game. It's free. You could play it on your freaking iPhone or stuff. I think it's on the iPhone. It's on the iPad for sure. And they give you a really great tutorial on how to play it. That's how she learned how to play. I don't think I reached 99 in anything on RuneScape. I was probably pretty close with, like, you know...
A little something for ya. Maybe buy food or something.
Thank you, McDoyle. Much love and kisses. You are financially irresponsible, and I want you to know that, but I still love you because you literally help keep the engine running. Thank you so much. Everybody, McDoyle's the best. I may not have a favorite, but I do, and it's McDoyle. Better idea, get Wifecom to do it. She was talking about doing some kind of video, but it wasn't Pokemon related. At least I don't think it was. Do you remember who made that Vulcan mod with the deploy song? Yeah, that was Lance. Let's see. Why am I in timeout? I don't think you are, Arcton. That's kind of how I learned to play MTG, the old discs they used to include. Discs? I learned how to play Magic the Gathering from a VHS. I wonder if that video is still on YouTube somewhere. Oh, that's gonna be nostalgic as hell. I remember, I'm pretty sure I had just gotten my tonsils taken out, and I wasn't sleeping in my room. I was sleeping in my grandparents' room on their couch, so I guess it was more convenient, because if I had a problem with something, they could help me. But I remember watching that, like, that VHS about how to play Magic. I borrowed it from my friend Daniel. It'd be rad if Daniel was watching, but I don't know if Daniel even remembers I exist. I didn't see him a couple of years ago, but now it's been like it's probably been a decade since we talked. And I remember, yeah, he got it from a friend who gave him a bunch of old Magic cards. And yeah, that was a cheesy video, that's for sure. Can the Hammer Storm be modded with a Hammer Shot kit? That is a question for the Lucha. I honestly don't know. I'm so glad that there hasn't been like an uptick of like anime waifu card collector games until like recently, and they're so prohibitively expensive that I've never gotten into them, but they are apparently a thing. I'm just glad I've never bit the bullet on any of them.
And a writer, I'm looking for somebody who brings everything to the table.
I mean, I would assume you're older than me. I'm in my early 30s right now.
Who brings their vision?
Oh God!
Particularly who brings
Facebook message better be important. Oh,
so that they're aware
that's
of what
pretty
they're
important.
doing and they're making conscious choices.
Do you see Busby Destinies anymore around? I thrifted one with the clip recently. I want to say within the last 6 months, Silicon. So they do exist. Are they expensive? I've got like 3 now. I could probably sell 2 of them. If you didn't live on the godforsaken other side of the country, I would sit and loot for you, and that would be fun. I have this big, beautiful building and no one to share it with. The MTG VHS is on YouTube. Search random EVHS Magic the Gathering starter instructional video. Oh my god, Neil. Oh, we should watch that together. I did have a thought of like doing a stream where I just go through YouTube and try to find like just bad Nerf videos. The problem is it would wind up with me like making fun of kids. I don't really think that's a good look for me. But I have thought about doing that kind of stuff.
Rather than from a place of fear.
It's like reacting to old content. Like, I've never done that. I've thought about it, but I have so much self-loathing. Although there are old videos of mine that I really like.
Yeah, it's not about the ideas,
Fart
it's about
with
how you
reverb.
support the ideas.
I don't know why that made me laugh so hard, Ivan. Okay, no, I do know why it made me laugh so hard. So, Lucha has a Galaxy Note whatever, like the new one, and his pen, when you pull it out, it says, "Nerf this!" And then when you put it back in, it just makes this obnoxious fart sound. And it's never not funny. I'm the only one laughing. Lucha, if you were here, this would be better, but you're not here. You're off doing some other worthless thing, like, I don't know, spending time with family or your other better friends. I miss you. As a Nerf content creator, are there things you're forbidden from doing around the house, like ambushing Wifecom with a pulsator when she walks in the door? I normally don't shoot people that don't have it coming, so I've never actually tried. I do know whenever there's a snowball around, she gets really defensive, and I don't think I've ever hit her with a snowball. How amazing is the Pew Pew? Is it worth the price tag? I missed the start. Yes! Love it! It's the greatest Nerf blaster that has ever existed. I'll have a video on it next week. It'll probably be like next Friday's video. Help my brother move in today, and I'm inside broken and out. Man, older brother, right? Because, like, I know I've helped my older brother move 4 times, and he has lightly helped me for maybe a half hour when I moved last time. Beef versus pork? I'm gonna go with beef. I like cow. Heyo, is it coming out yet? What are you asking, Chrome Dome? My ex wants to live in Washington State. I live there. If I can convince her to take the plunge with me, I'll move out to Bayou. It'll be a gopher at Fuzzy Walsh Industries. Ah, that may be possible. You never know. Also, if it's your ex, why would you take the plunge with you? You know what? That's a conversation I don't think I want to have, Sean, but good luck to you. Any spoilers on the DCP Mark III? I can't post anything until tomorrow. I believe they said nothing. If I have to go back to the email, they were like, hey, apparently everybody else hasn't gotten their DCPs yet, so if you could just, like, slow it down. I'm like, bruh, I post a picture of a box, and I post a picture of the logo on the blaster. And they're like, bruh, press the brakes, calm the heck down. I was like, oh, God. That's fine, though. I'm totally cool with them, like, making sure that the playing field is even. So I could post something else tomorrow. I'm not going to post... I would be absolutely stupid to post anything that actually shows what the blaster does. Sorry. I will be very disappointed if one of my compatriots does that. Because, like, I can literally ruin every review by just posting the blaster firing unedited. That would be a dumb thing to do. So, I don't want to post that, but... yeah, no, I want to show more. Us younger brothers have been required to help move since the time immemorial. Yep. You are not wrong, Rohirrim, and it sucks. Older brothers are garbage. I'm just building some Gunpla right now. God, see, Giovanni, I wish I was doing that right now. That'd be fun. I got so many kits I need to buy, or build, and I got so many kits I need to buy, too, but I got so many kits I need to build, and not enough excuses to build them. I'd love to just, like, sit down, relax, build some Gunpla again. Oh, man. Glad I haven't been building Gunpla recently. There's a lot of kits that I've wanted to buy that I haven't. Ah, yes, my first Nerf stream is about Nerf being bad. Perfect. Welcome, Zachary. Nice to see you. Thanks for coming out. Beers in the fridge, whatever. I don't know what's going on, but hopefully you're having a good night. And yeah, we're not even talking about Nerf right now. We already talked about Nerf. Now we're talking about non-Nerf. Because I can't fill an entire stream with just Nerf unless I'm working on a project, which I'm not doing. I don't even know how to record something like that. Like, I've been trying to think, like, oh, I'm going to do a Nerf, like, stream where I build something, and I sit here and, like, how the f am I going to record that? Like, I need a whole new setup for that right now. I used to, like, hang a little webcam above my bench, and now I don't have the option to do that. But I'm sure when we get the workbench and stuff set up, we'll have a very specific...
Every body of water you fart in becomes a fart bong.
God damn it, Ivan. He speaks the true truth. I like 45 Gunpla boxes in my backlog. Yeah, mine's pretty heavy right now. Adventure Time or Gravity Falls, they're both really good, but I've never seen many... I've only seen a couple of episodes of each. I'm pretty sure that's all Gunpla builders. I swear backlogs are all magic because they never flip it in. That's funny because I used to make fun of that because I'd get a kit and then just plow through it. But like now that I'm working on Nerf and doing all this kind of stuff, I just don't have like, I want to clear off a space to have my own place to do Gunpla, but I just don't have the room for it right now. So I haven't. But man, do I want to. Yeah, I'm not going to build a Gunpla on stream. That's not going to happen. I remember the old webcam days. I still have the webcam. It's like literally right here. I have two of them. I have two of the same exact webcams. I'm using my main camera, but I want to get a better webcam. Lucha bought a Razer webcam, but it actually is like really freaking good. I kind of want to get one of those. Yeah, Tyler, the rules are still out on if that Fortnite blaster's any good or not. I'm excited for it. Honestly, I want to see what it is. What do you do when you run out of ideas for videos? Ideas for videos is never ending. I never have that problem. My problem is getting a video that's funny and entertaining out. I'm really bad on just going, that's good enough. I'm really bad at doing that. I'm always like, I need to refilm this entire video because this right here makes no sense and I really want to make sure that makes sense. For the whole 12 people that are going to care. Like, so on the Mega XL video, I straight up forgot to do chronograph footage. But as a cop-out, those darts weren't going to fit through my chronograph anyway. And also the chronograph would have been entirely pointless because you have like 150 FPS short dart versus 150 FPS rifle are completely different things. People sees the numbers like, oh, that's 150 FPS, so it's good as this, and that's not how it works at all. Projectiles have varying weights, varying aerodynamics, and so forth. There's a vast difference between every single projectile, so chronographing them is only good if you're comparing them to themselves. So, Mega XL wouldn't have mattered. But I completely forgot. Like, I uploaded the video and everything and completely forgot about the chronograph footage. I want to get my hands on the Busby Air Warrior compound, but you're not wrong. I actually kind of want to see that too, tutorial how it works. I actually think it might be good. Will you use the Fuzzy Wall Detectors channel again? I've actually, I have plans for that, Mr. Blues. Don't you worry. I do. I'm kind of hoping that, like, once things stabilize, I can rationalize putting more time into that channel. I'm gonna relaunch the Patreon, and that's gonna be kind of a goal for that channel, because, like, there's so many other things I could do videos on. You know what I mean? See, that would have been funny. You're right, McDoyle. Problem, I didn't even think about it. I did not even think about it. No, Sean, I think the webcam I'm looking at is probably going to be like $200. I want something that has a big sensor on it. I almost want a better camera at this point. The next camera's going to be like $2,000. I definitely don't have that kind of money. See, the problem with the Gunpla channel, Shinryu, is that there's a lot of people doing it, and there's a lot of effort that goes into that. Keo? I'm sure there's a Keo. Yeah, I think it was the Keo Pro that he has. It's a really nice webcam. I'd want to get something similar to that, but better. I'm sure there's a better camera than the Logitech C920 now. Why aren't jewels used in NERF? Because it's amazing enough that most of us use chronographs. Now you're asking us to use scales and math. It's just not going to happen. I'm looking forward to the Proud Papa attachment for Mega XL. This is true. If they were ever going to bring back Rebel, would you be happy? I'd be super happy. I love Rebel. Are you kidding me? Have you thought about picking up any of the L-Gaim kits? I've never even heard of them. Do Gunpla on your Patreon. Again, that's a lot of effort for something that most people probably don't care about. The point with Patreon is to hopefully drum up funds so I don't have to worry about things and I can rationalize spending more time on auxiliary content. That's kind of my goal with Patreon. We'll see if that pans out. Like, Patreon's dead right now, and I need to revamp it. And I posted some stuff in the current Patreon channel. Like, my Patreon hasn't been updated in a while, but I interact with the patrons in my Discord every day. So I will be relaunching that next month. Probably at the end of this month, actually, just to make sure people know, like, hey, this is what we're doing if you want to subscribe. And I'll probably be pushing it harder in my videos. Have you ever just completely scrapped full-on video? Yes, multiple of them. Oh my god. I am my worst critic. Like, the one time this hasn't backfired on me was the video where I opened up the 40-round magazines I bought from Home Blast, loaded them all with darts, and fired all of them. I was gonna delete that entire video, and I didn't, and I uploaded it, and it's got like 500,000 views. Thank you, Nahal. It's funny you say that, because I got a comment randomly on Facebook. It was directly into my DMs on the Walk On Massive channel. They literally said, daily reminder, the first time this has happened, mind you, but daily reminder that you're a failure at life and your beard is shitty. It's like, bruh, who are you and why should I care? It's amazing that you think that I care about your opinion, because I don't know who you are. And of course, their Facebook profile was blacked out, and I'm like, okay, you don't even have pictures. I can't even roast you. NSA key.
+1 to bringing back Rebel. The Sweet Revenge is the only good Hammershot shell, and the entire line's shells were better than the boy equivalents.
Preach it, NSA key. You're not wrong. Oh, hey. I don't know what bot you are, but I will enjoy banning you. I mean, I try. I haven't done anything with my beard. It's literally just like, oh, I stopped going to the barber. The only problem I have is if I go to sleep without a hair tie, I wake up like all the time because hair's in my mouth. Oh. I got a thing I'm going to tell the patrons. I forgot about this. I was like looking through some new specifics on my, not new specifics. What's the word I'm looking for? I was looking through some new analytics for my channel, and I saw something that I've never seen before, and it was crazy, and I forgot to post it. But I gotta find out where it actually was. Here it is. That's one for the patrons. See if you could tell me what's wrong with that picture, patrons. That's a good smile. What is your least favorite mod you have made? Most of my mods break for one reason. Whenever I use putty and I use blasters, they tend to break. Like, the DP12 broke, and I think that's one of my biggest disappointments, because that's, like, a lot of materials. I don't even have another Elite Alpha Trooper right now, and, like, that's a lot of money and materials that just broke completely on me. Can I fix it? Yeah. Do I want to? No. Did your time on Modern Rogue help your channel? Yeah, there was definitely an analytical boost when those videos went up. I mean, I think it helped both of us, because the video I did with the Modern Rogue got, did outperformed like every video they've uploaded in a very long time. That's really flattering. You know what I mean? Hopefully they invite me back, because there's so much more. I think we could do a way better video. Their setup working over there is so good, and watching what they do really helped. The problem is I need a crew, and I don't have crew. There's not just like Brian and Jason in front of a camera. They have like 3 people on cameras. They have another person on audio, and they usually have 2 or 3 other people that are looking around, like kind of just watching. Not counting the people on the camera that are actually like doing stuff. Crews cost money, exactly. But see, that's the problem. You need money to make money. Did you get the Mark III, or were the community post leaks? I do in fact own a Mark III. You will see the video next week. Did you ever scrap a mod that you dedicated a lot of time and resources to? I don't know of one off the top of my head, but I'm sure there's been several. Most of my mods aren't scrapped. I just either get bored of working on them or, you know, something. Like, I usually don't scrap them. Like, I'm still going to do low blow. Are you comfortable telling people where you are in Washington town-wise? Port Orchard. It's on my P.O. box. Like, I have to have a P.O. box, so that'll give you a decent idea of where I live. I don't know if I technically live in Port Orchard, but I live around Port Orchard. I'm legally obligated to tell you that I am armed, so don't try anything cute. I might actually shut the stream down before we get to the it's gonna disconnect everything anyway part, because that always happens at 7:04. Am I near that? Yeah, I'm getting near that. And I'm kind of running out of steam anyway. I kind of want to have dinner, hang out with the wife, formulate my next battle plan. So about that skewer modding, I think you'll like it, because I'm trying to address one of the biggest complaints about the high-performance fingers right now. I have no idea what that is. Do you have any BB guns? I don't think I have any BB guns. I have airsoft. I don't think I have any BB. Yeah, like scam school and stuff was what kept me occupied during work when I was in Boise. What's my favorite soda? Usually ginger ale. Oh, I was gonna randomly show up with brownies. Yeah, I would not eat random food that's brought to me. Flux shows up with food. Yeah! He's like, yeah, man, these sausages are from a pig I killed. Heck yeah, I'm gonna eat it. Could be anything. Yeah, I gotta go clean up the living room. Looks like little Max on a mini nuke off in there. Yeah, the studio's looking pretty boxy, pretty disheveled. I did a little bit of cleaning earlier, but I need to do more. Was there ever a vid that you thought would be horrible that actually did well? When I first did the video on that Splatoon blasters, that thing got like 1,000 views the first day, and I was like, oh my god, I've never had a video bomb that hard. Now I think it has like 900,000 views. It's stupid. Yeah. How about this one? Is this annoying enough for you? Is this absolutely god-awful and annoying? What's the most expensive blaster you own? It's a cross-up between my Red Longshot and my M20. You're not weird, Joseph. It's fine. I'm not worried about it. What do you think of the Mega FDL? I haven't seen it, but I guess it would be a Mega FDL out of 10. Probably not very real person, but it's still a fun blaster. Oh. Alrighty, everybody. I think it's time we shut this bee down. A little bit of a shorter one this time, but I'm by myself. I got stuff I want to get cleaned up and everything. I want to get ready for making videos tomorrow. There's so many videos I have to do, so I just kind of want to get rolling on that. I'm probably going to take the rest of the night off, lay in bed, eat dinner, play Diablo, and then wake up early and get started on whatever I feel like doing tomorrow, because I have a huge list. Excuse me. But I'll say goodnight to everybody in the chat. And a healthy reminder that I do these live streams every Saturday night starting at 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And also, I want to reiterate that, assuming nothing bad happens, I will be live streaming on Twitch more often starting next week, because in between me fighting myself to get videos done, I obviously want to get lots of time in on New World. Holy crap, I'm excited for New World. But that's all up in the air, because for all I know, my life is going to completely shut down earlier. So, thank you very much. I didn't Fischella. Alexander, oh god. Aria Rose, Arc108 Industries, Azarok, Benji, Broody Sturk, Cameron McCracken, Captain Terrain, Classic for Real, Coney Dog, our beautiful moderator, Seathris, Demon Animator, Detroit Dartworks, Dude Pool, Evolution, Griff777, Harvest Sprite, Havoc Renard, Homely665, our other beautiful moderator, Jaws Boy Herrera Fan, J-Ro, Jeremiah Castro with NERF Rival Charger Shorts, Johnny Urban Woodsman, Joseph Essensberger, Crimson Thrust Gaming, McDoyle, our other beautiful moderator, Mariana Zindel, Mr. Blues, Nahul B, NorCal Nerf Club, Parker D, Ramen Warrior, Random Juice, Rohirrin, S. Wolpertinger, Sean Mullen, Sinryu X, Shortman13, Silicone Sword, Sniper Bob Dave, Space Crusader, Steve Meehan, T-Bug20, the Broski Poggers, the Skanksta, Ty, Trip Deckard, Tyler Green, Very Real Person, Wagon Waifu, Yummy Cheese Man, and Zachary West. Thank you very much, everybody. Have a great night. I'll see you next weekend, and of course, plenty more videos up and coming, so get excited, especially on the 29th. Y'all take care. How do I do this again? Oh, right. Probably something like this. Ooh, spoopy. Great for Halloween.